besides her skills?
She shoot threes from logo.
You never seen that before. That's my point. Steph
Okay.
Curry, a little kid. Like, Steph Curry, I love, you know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen it before. Or she's doing stuff we've never seen before. I've never seen anybody do that on a consistent basis. You know, that game I'm watching on the Final Four, I'm like, damn, like, and I was a hater because, you know, I'm down with you. Like, she's not going to hit that shot, and bam, like, damn. She's not going to hit that shot, man. Like, if I say 10 times you're not going to hit the shot, and you hit the shot.
Shaquille O'Neal has revealed something so shocking that it could require its own zip code. And you know what? It all comes down to Angel Reese and the wave of WNBA hate that she has been skillfully avoiding. Wait until you hear Shaq scold the haters if you thought he only slam dunks. What did he say that has everyone on the internet clutching their pearls and performing double takes? Stay put. This becomes shockingly wholesome, rough, and hot.
What is the biggest misconception about Angel Reese? What are people getting wrong?
Really a nice, beautiful young lady. But, you know, when you're in this thing of ours, you have to play a certain way and you have to be a certain way. A lot of times if they don't understand who you are, they misconceive. But I tell her all the time, don't ever worry about that. And she reminds me of myself or AI. She's as good or even better than some of the people that y'all are kissing up to, but y'all don't know it. But she knows it. And in order to be great, you
Angel Reese wasn't the only one Shaquille O'Neal stood up for. With a full-court sprint of sass, he virtually dunked on her detractors while wearing size 22 sneakers. Because Shaq is counting hard hustle, and the fact that the majority of these keyboard warriors couldn't shoot a paper ball into a trash can if their Wi-Fi password depended on it, while the detractors are out here counting missed layups and mid-range airballs. Yes, Angel Reese is struggling offensively, but let's not act as though half of the NBA doesn't begin their second seasons in this manner as well.
You want to talk about Angel Reese, Shaq on Angel Reese's podcast?
Yes, please. That shit was crazy. It was
crazy.
Yes, it was fucking crazy.
Please expound.
Elaborate.
So it's really disappointing because I love Shaq. Shaq had Angel Reese on his podcast.
No, he went on her
she was
podcast.
on.
He
Right,
went on hers.
I saw the background right. He's on her podcast.
Reese didn't enter the WNBA with a highlight reel and a headband. She entered with a wave of anticipation. You're not just playing basketball, after all, when you have 1.7 million more followers than Caitlin Clark. Public opinion is what you're playing. Each missed jumper becomes a meme. Each turnover is handled as though it were a federal offense. The bar is essentially orbiting the planet because it is so high.
RG3, he said after watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. And I'm like, you got that from a foul?
So NBA players. What about when somebody tackled you? Do you feel like they really
even if you felt like it was a dirty hit and you hopped up and was ready to fight, does that automatically mean?
Let's also discuss Shaq, who chose to become Big Brother of the Year after noticing the criticism. When a real NBA icon quits enjoying his slick sponsorship agreements to attack anyone who dares to disparage you, you know you're constructed differently. Shaq was being kind when he said that the hostility was needless. If he truly let free, he would likely claim that half of these takes are comparable to pizza with pineapple. Simply incorrect, unnecessary, and highly dubious.
ChatGPT and type in the following. What is the single worst shooting percentage ever in WNBA? What is the single worst shooting percentage ever in WNBA? No, you type in ever in WNBA. What is the worst shooting percentage ever in WNBA? If you can put that ever in WNBA. Watch this, folks. Zoom in a little bit if you could. Watch this. Look what's going to come up. You ready? This is supposed to be Michael Jordan. The lowest. Okay.
Angel Reese, in contrast.
Where do you see it?
Angel Reese's offensive numbers haven't been eye-popping lately. The shots aren't falling, and her rhythm's clearly off. But that's what happens when you're coming off a wrist injury, adjusting to pro-level defense, and playing under constant pressure. Despite that, she's still out there grinding, grabbing rebounds like it's a job interview, and bringing elite effort on defense. The issue is, people are way too quick to judge. Acting like a couple of cold games means she's washed, when in reality, she hasn't even had a chance to settle in. This is professional basketball, not instant results in a microwave. Reese is doing the dirty work, and anyone really watching the game knows she's far from done.
I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans that are like, they ride for her. And I respect that respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, and I don't believe she stands on any of that. But when it comes to death threats, like I'm talking about people who come down to my address, follow me home, like it's come down to that. Multiple occasions, people have made AI.
Shaq, in all his 7'1" wisdom, sees Angel Reese's slow start for what it is, just that, a beginning, not a breakdown. This is the same legend who built a Hall of Fame career despite free throw struggles, and Angel's following a similar path, tough, gritty, and real. While critics obsess over her 31.1% shooting like they've got WNBA doctorates, Shaq knows the only stat that matters is effort, and Angel's got that in abundance. She's rebounding like the glass owes her money, hustling through a wrist injury, and tuning out the noise just like Shaq told her to. Her clash with Paige Buchers wasn't the highlight reel people imagined, but it showed something deeper, a player willing to grind now to shine later. When that offense clicks, the same people nitpicking her game will be scrambling for cover from the receipts.
Angel Reese needs to be better at basketball. I'm not talking about as a person. I'm not talking about as a podcaster. I'm not talking about at the Met Gala. She needs to be a better player if we want this rivalry to be able to have some staying power. She had a very, very busy offseason, but at this moment, it does not seem like the offseason involved a lot of mic-in drills of left-handed layups. Right now, Angel Reese, she is a wildly famous rebounder. Somebody had the funniest tweet on this. The Caitlin Clark-Angel Reese rivalry, like if Kobe had a rivalry with Mark.
Angel Reese got benched, and Twitter lost it. Conspiracy theories everywhere. But no drama, just a coach's call. Even stars sit sometimes. Meanwhile, she's averaging a double-double with 10 points and 12.3 rebounds, league best on the boards. She may miss shots, but not effort. Her coach still backs her. Cold streak? Maybe. Washed? Not even close.
Made some comments about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I love black people. Mwah, 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 mwah. But I think sometimes we do play the race card too much. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry, based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese, stop it. She just seems as uncoordinated.
Coaches don't care about Instagram drama. They care about who dives for loose balls and crashes a glass. Angel Reese does all that in her sleep. Just watch any non-ace's defense, and you'll see how rare that motor is. Shaq sees it too. She's a long-term investment, not just a rookie. Under constant pressure and non-stop media noise, she still hustles like her shoes are on fire. Missed shots? Maybe. Missed opportunity? Not a chance. With that grit, that rebounding, and Shaq in her corner, it's only a matter of time.
I actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlin Clark is better at her best thing than she is.
She's better at everything.
And
did a triple double. She's tied for the third most triple doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games.
The same critics dragging Angel Reese now will be the first to say they believed all along once the shots start dropping. But right now, it's the hustle that tells the story, and Shaq sees it. Even when her layups hit the bottom of the backboard or land in section 112, he's still there saying, "Great hustle, baby girl." That's not just loyalty, that's belief, Shaq style. Sure, her shot chart looks more like abstract art than offense right now, and Chicago's struggling, but every brick to Shaq is a building block. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out injured and still impacting the game like she's coaching telepathically. Indiana looks sharp. Chicago, not so much. But Shaq doesn't care. He's not watching field goal percentage. He's watching potential. And in Angel, He sees the big picture.
Reese is great also.
Clark?
Angel Reese is great also.
Angel Reese is a very good player, but she's ugly to watch. Have you watched her play? She's a typical WNBA. She's great on the offensive glass, rebounding, but watching her play, terrible layups. The reason people are captivated by Clark is the way she plays. She's like Steph Curry. And the thing that I don't like people making it race. I don't think it's in the league that's race. It's jealousy that she's so popular. But there's lots of major white female WNBA megastars that nobody.
To Shaq, every missed layup is just fuel for Angel Reese's future fire. He talks about her like she's on a heroic journey, face planting in Act 1, but ready to shine in Act 2. And let's be honest, he's not exactly unbiased. LSU roots run deep, and he sees Angel as his basketball little sister. So yeah, he's gonna defend her, even if her shooting nights send analytics back to the Stone Age. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, injured and on the sidelines, still has the fever looking smoother and more confident than Chicago does with Reese on the floor. It's wild, it's messy, it's dramatic, and Shaq's still all in.
Middle of the backboard and went to the left side. She grabbed the rebound, shot it back on the other side. Grabbed the rebound again and shot it back in the middle. She had 5 rebounds in a 30-second span and scored no points.
Nuts.
I don't want to hear nothing. When you go 4 for 16 and you taking point-blank range shots, you're not very good. You're not very good.
Angel Reese gets slammed for missing shots but grabs 15 rebounds, and Shaq calls out the critics tweeting from their couches. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's system suits her, but Reese's hustle speaks louder. Shaq's got her back, no matter what.
I'm going to call this the curse of Dave Portnoy. Barstool Sports El Presidente. He went on a rant about that Ryan Clark stuff, and he said all he had to say about Angel Reese and Ryan Clark and that whole mess. And I will say this, his rant cursed Angel Reese because she proceeded to have the absolute worst game of her life. I mean, that is absolutely the worst game.
Angel Reese might be struggling with her shot, but her work ethic and defense are next level. She's fighting to prove herself. Shaq's support isn't just loyalty. He knows greatness isn't a straight line. Mistakes happen. Criticism hits hard, but you keep getting up until the jumper clicks. With Shaq in her corner, who needs Twitter haters? Even if her shot looks like it needs a PowerPoint and a prayer, Shaq's all in.